forces to take this country backwards.
You know what it is? Speak Zeus.
Greetings.
It's beyond their abilities. Really don't. They say they care. We know they really don't. It's all a front for show. They do it all for show. They set the world on fire. They let it burn slow. I was just cruising the streets. I was looking for something to eat. I'm trying to get me some sleep. I'm trying to make it for me. My family struggling for peace. My family needs what they got. My family eating they sleep. My family eating these streets. My family. It's a PSA announcement. They say they care, but they really don't. Kamikaze twist and turn like Inferno. They keep on blaming the media and blaming the government. You say you want freedom, do you really though? You give them your rights away and then you give them more. Money coming in different ways. Don't say you're poor. Don't say you helping these kids and then you close the door. You ain't no better than politicians, you hypocrites. Use your power to make a change and make a difference. All this talking you're saying and ain't saying much. They say they care, but do they really though? It's beyond their abilities. Is it really though? They say they care. We know they really don't. It's all a front for show. They do it all for show. They set the world on fire. They let it burn slow. They set the world on fire. They let it burn slow.
Greetings.
They let it burn slow. They set the world on fire. They let it burn slow. Put your left arm in. You take your left arm out.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
And then you shake it
What's
all
good,
out.
Jonathan?
You do this hokey pokey, then it break you on down. That's what it's all about.
Hey.
Humpty Dumpty.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Humpty Dumpty. You had a great fall. Let's go. Shout out to Pittsburgh.
Put them back together again. Don't be so basic and practice on your greatness. Life don't work like that. Gotta be amazing. I've been down and out. I know what it takes to be on top right now. I know I'm your favorite. Politics irrelevant. This ain't J6, but it's an insurrection. I took Jack Smith and Bonnie Willis prosecutions to the next level. I got MAGA triggered in a state of shock, cause the time has come. The Proud Boys got 22 for seditious conspiracy. What happened to Back to Blue?
What happened to Back to Blue, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this show started. You know what we came to do. Alright, you know exactly what we came to do, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Kasali, alright? You know it. Stacy Jones, shout out. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're back in the Lion's Den.
It's like a curse, and I can't escape it. It's like deja vu. It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage, tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room, screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous. Yeah, I can really turn into a maniac.
Yeah.
Don't be going viral cause my Zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they is my ex, that mean they left me. They don't get replies if they text me.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Here we go.
I'ma take off in a spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of years.
Yes.
Shit was
It
radical.
was.
Very rare.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu.
That's right.
It's like
Off
deja
the
vu.
rails.
It's like deja vu.
You know I don't care.
It's like deja It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like
All right, ladies. DJ, go ahead and let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Once again, I am your host. I am your pilot. I am all that you need to get your morning started. Won't you go ahead and get yourself a nice cup of coffee, a nice cup of tea, whatever it is you drink, all right? Because we're going to go and get started on what we normally do out here, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who do not know who I am, well, let me go ahead and introduce myself. Where are my manners? I go by the name Zeus. You can see it right there, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, the answer is quite simple. The first H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm honest. There's nobody more honest than me. I promise to tell you nothing but the truth. So help me God, right? The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm humble. There's nobody more humble than me out here on social media. Listen, if I get it wrong, I really will be the first to apologize, all right? I mean, what? I ate the last ice cream? What? I ate the last of the ice cream? I didn't even notice. It was so good, I didn't even realize I ate it all. But you know what? I'm so humble. I will go to the store. I don't care what time of the day it is. It could be midnight, 2 a.m. And I'll go find a store and buy not just one box, but 2, 3, 4 boxes of ice cream, all right? Just to make sure there's enough ice cream for everyone in the house, all right? But that's how humble I am, all right? And just because I say something and it hurts your feelings, that does not mean I owe you an apology. Most likely, it means you need to do me a huge favor. You need to sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. And I mean that. The second H, yeah, chocolate chip, Mr. Nice Guy. The last and final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. Let's see, I'm the most handsome out here. All right, now listen. Many of you, you know what we came to do this morning. What we do is very special on this app, all right, especially on this side of town. We hold our friends on the right, especially their leader, Donald J. Trump, accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes. And believe you me, when it comes to dirty deeds and crimes, our friends on the right, they got a lot of that going on, all right? And so with that being said, I got to make sure I give those folks on the right, especially the Trump supporters, a bit of a heads up. The content that is being cooked up over here on this side of town is very special. It's designed to make sure you have an emotional reaction to the truth, all right? So if you're lactose intolerant, like my good friend, Brother Swervin says, you're lactose intolerant. That means you're allergic to the facts. You're allergic to truth. You might want to leave this live, all right? Because it's gonna make you, if you were hungry, it's gonna make you not so hungry. If you were happy, it's gonna make you sad, all right? If you were feeling great, you might feel a little bit depressed, all right? So this is your opportunity to exit this live and go on about your miserable lives, all right? Because it's about to get a little hot in here, all right? But guess what? You don't got to take my word for it. What? Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Right.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And I really do wish a lot of you would leave. I am firmly standing on it. If you want to make America great again, honestly, I believe the first step in that is to start deporting MAGA. All right, deport these folks from this country. They do not respect our Constitution. They do not respect the rule of law. All they do is get on social media and cry and complain about how terrible the Democrats are. They have no real policy. They have no solutions to help the American peoples. They just sit back and cry and worship this orange orangutan, all right? Donald, no offense to the orangutans out there, but this is all they do. I've talked to every Trump supporter on the face of this earth. I have, listen, and I'm qualified to do this because I'm the MAGA whisperer, right? Every time you talk to them, it's almost like it takes, 5 or 10 minutes before who they really are surfaces. You know, out here they're pretending to be victims, but then when you talk to them, all of a sudden you start seeing all the types of evil that they got. They got the racism, they got the bigotry. I've never spent so much time on this app like I did yesterday. I went from live to live to live, listening to them, and they all sing the same racist song, the same misogynistic song, the same evil madness. And I said, you know what? This country would be a lot better if we deported these folks. All right. So I'm open to any other suggestions, but that's kind of where I'm at these days. All right. But before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to address something. Yesterday I did post a nice video about, the the Supreme Court siding with the Biden administration about removing that barbed wire out there in Texas. And you wouldn't believe it, but these Trump supporters, they're really triggered, right? They are. They're really triggered this morning. I know, but you know what? Don't boo me. Don't boo me. Would you rather me lie to you? I'm not here to lie to you, Trump supporters, all right? So I want to address the issue about the border real quick and make sure you all know where the Democrats kind of stand on this, all right? As we witness this ongoing debate and discussion surrounding the critical issue about immigration and things of that nature, it is imperative that we take a moment, honestly, to reflect on the efforts of President Biden and the Democratic Party to ensure the security and the integrity of our borders, all right? In recent years, the issue of border security has become a focal point of political discourse, often overshadowed by nasty divisive rhetoric and misinformation coming from Donald Trump and his legion of MAGA demons. However, it is essential to recognize that the Biden administration and the Democratic Party have been steadfast in their commitment to implementing a comprehensive and compassionate approach to border protection, right? We got to treat these folks like they're human beings, all right? Don't treat them like they're the insurrectionists, all right? We got to treat these because they haven't done anything to warrant that kind of treatment just yet. President Biden understands that a nation's borders are not just lines on the map, but a reflection of its values and its principles. Under his leadership, the administration has worked tirelessly to address the complex challenges at our border while upholding our nation's proud traditions of welcoming those who seek refuge and opportunities. The Biden administration has made significant strides in reforming our immigration system, advocating for a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants, and prioritizing the reunification of families that were separated at the border. These initiatives reflect a commitment to humanitarian values and a recognition of the contribution that immigrants make the fabric of our society. I mean, this is so interesting that Donald Trump is sitting here married to an immigrant, but somehow he wants to be tough on immigration. You Trump supporters understand that? What Donald Trump is saying is it's okay that he finds someone to love, but you better not. The only person he wants you to love, MAGA, is him. And you know what that comes with. You got to smell his dirty diaper. Furthermore, the administration has worked to address the root cause of migration, recognizing that a comprehensive approach to the border security must extend beyond physical barriers to encompass economic development, human rights, and regional stability. By investing in diplomacy, aid, and cooperation with our international partners, the administration has sought to address the underlying issues that drive migration to our borders. The Democratic Party, under President Biden's leadership, has championed policies that seek to balance the imperative of border security with the recognition of our moral obligation to provide refuge to those fleeing persecution and violence. Do you understand this? We have a moral obligation as well, America. I'm talking to you, especially that one Trump supporter who had the audacity to stitch one of my videos and put his ugly mug next to mine. Shame on you. Traitors. I know, hold on. Let's save the booze and the shame. Hold on. As we continue to navigate the complexities of border security, it is essential that we engage in constructive dialogue and seek solutions to uphold our values and advance our national interests. We must reject divisive rhetoric and embrace a vision of border protection that is both effective and humane. A lot of you so-called Trump supporters who call yourself Christians, you're not. You're inhumane. You're liars. Your father is the devil. Ladies and gentlemen, join me this morning. You know what we got to do in giving Donald Trump and his legion of MAGA demons what they deserve. Our first round of boos and shame. Every time we catch them doing something we always find them doing the work of the devil, and they try to sell themselves as being Christian, and they're not. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them what they deserve. The first round of booze and shame. You know what we came to do? You know what we came to do? You know what we came to do?
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
You want to make America great? MAGA, be gone. And I really do mean that. Now let's get into today's headlines, right? I mean, this is what we came to do. We came to make sure Americans all across this country, they understand the true risk of what's happening in the United States, and part of that is acknowledging, what's really going on. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Donald Trump goes on another unhinged tirade against E. Jean Carroll after his trial got delayed. Have any of you heard this? This, ladies and gentlemen, is definitely signs that he's unfit to be the president of the United States. I don't know why folks act like this isn't happening on the right, especially the Trumps. They act like we don't see this stuff. Donald Trump spent Monday morning on yet another unhinged tirade against sexual assault accuser E. Jean Carroll, after the judge in the writer's defamation case against the indicted former president ordered a last-minute delay of the trial. All right, U.S. District Judge Lewis Kaplan announced yesterday that the trial was going to be delayed at least one day due to one of the 9 jurors in the case reportedly feeling unwell. Kaplan is awaiting COVID-19 results, all right? Trump's attorney, Alina Habba, also reported not feeling well after visiting her parents, all right? And it is unclear when the trial will resume. Trump's legal team was asking Kaplan to postpone the Republican frontrunner's next court appearance until after the New Hampshire presidential primary on Tuesday. The judge did not immediately rule on the request. All right, but this is where things get interesting, ladies and gentlemen. So while this is unfolding, right, Donald Trump decides in the span of 1 hour, he made at least 42 posts on Truth Social attacking E. Jean Carroll on Monday morning. Many of those posts included screenshots of posts Carroll made on social media in roughly the past decade that involve topics of sex, something Trump has done before when attacking her online. 42 posts, ladies and gentlemen. He attacked this woman 42 times in 1 hour. And the reason he's in court is because he did this. So he's not just doubling down. He's not just tripling down. He's just infinitely going down on this, and he believes there's nothing wrong with this. And so this is why, ladies and gentlemen, I firmly believe, number one, Donald Trump is unfit to be president of the United States, because when you just need to stop, he doesn't have anything inside of him that tells him, hey, champ, go ahead, cut it out. He just keeps going and going and going. I also believe, you know what, this might be the one case that, between this case and the case that he got going on with Sister Letitia James, it's crystal clear Donald Trump's going to end up filing Chapter 11 once again in his life. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving Donald Trump what he deserves. Since he can't control himself, we have courts in place that will make sure he is under control. Let's give him what he deserves. Another round of booze and shame. He can't control himself. This guy can't control himself to save his life. And this is why we do exactly what we do. We got to make sure the American people understand just what type of individual this man is, what he's capable of doing, and why he is unfit to be president of the United States of America. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it moving along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what do we have next? All right. You know, they don't like me because, I tell the truth. But you know what? You know what I say, ladies and gentlemen. I'd rather tell the truth and shame the devil than to be out here believing lies and misinformation. All right. Now this is the one. This is the one right here. A narrowly divided Supreme Court, and I posted a video about this, but we're gonna have to talk about it. All right. They sided with the Biden administration in a tense ongoing dispute over the Texas-Mexico border and razor wire fencing installed by the state that had prohibited federal border agents from performing their duties. I don't understand why so evil, MAGA. Why? Razor wires? You want to see folks lose their lives out there who are already having their lives threatened coming from those places that they're coming from? All right. And this is the best you got. And you wonder why we don't really have any mercy for a lot of what you're doing out here these days. This is why we bring it the way we bring it. The court, by a 5-4 vote, cleared the way for federal agents to remove the wire, which administration officials and immigration advocates had called dangerous and inhumane. The Department of Homeland Security has also argued that the state's activities interfered with clear federal supremacy in setting border enforcement policy. The Supreme Court's order did not elaborate on the decision. It means federal border agents, listen to what I'm saying, it means federal border agents can resume full control of the contested border area while litigation continues. And this is good, ladies and gentlemen. This is good because what this shows is, you know what? Sometimes, even though the Supreme Court, we know how they are. In this particular case, they understand that if they give Texas the ability to just do whatever they want, they got to give the rest of the states the same freedom. And that's not part of how this country is supposed to be ran. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, MAGA, Greg Abbott, they took another L yesterday. And believe you me, a lot of them are crying. They're crying because they're not getting their way. But I said, you know what? This is also a sign of other things that are going to come down the pipe for MAGA. The Supreme Court is not going to be ruling in their favor, and in terms of a lot of these cases, right? Especially that presidential immunity case, right? And this is why a lot of these Trump supporters are angry. This is why they're upset right now, because the writing's on the wall. Donald Trump's losing his mind. Supreme Court isn't ruling in their favor, and they're sick to their stomach because they know the end is near for them as well as their leader. And there's nothing that they can do about it, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Yeah, MAGA is done. Join me once again in giving MAGA what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. I don't care. Yes, it's.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time.
Right. If you're not happy here, you can leave. Oh, that lightning and that thunder is mighty strong today, right? All right, and so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go move it along because we always gotta keep the camera focused on these Trump supporters and the things that they're doing because they love to dwell in darkness. All right, you see a lot of them, they won't turn on their cameras. They won't get in the box and explain their nasty, divisive rhetoric because they know the moment they get in the box and start talking, they know what's gonna happen. They know we're gonna see them for what they are, deranged. All right, let's move it along. All right, GOP leaders turn on Matt Gaetz as MAGA voters say he's the right kind of crazy. All right, United States Representative Matt Gaetz' reputation among Republican colleagues plummeted And it did. When he successfully campaigned to oust former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy in September. Since the California lawmakers' removal, the GOP has struggled to pass any legislation and has been deemed the most unproductive Congress in 50 years. I couldn't believe this. During a Sunday, January 21, Keene, New Hampshire appearance, Gates criticized House Republicans, saying, "They think I'm crazy. They think I'm the crazy one, and I think they're the crazy ones." This is You can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. According to Stein's Monday, January 22nd report, MAGA voters agree with the Sunshine State leader's sentiments. It's a little bit of crazy, but the right kind of crazy. He does what he said he was going to do, and Trump did what he said he was going to do. All right? At one of the former President Donald Trump's recent New Hampshire events, Stein also notes attendees say they view Gates not so much as a surrogate for the campaign, but as an heir. They view him as an heir to the Trump movement. It is his political approach that reminds them of the former president. It's precisely because he gets heckled and they love him. But you know what happened, ladies and gentlemen? At New Hampshire headquarters, believe it or not, this did happen. He was approached, and this is what someone said to him. What is the youngest schoolgirl you've been with? One heckler said, who was eventually removed by Gates, all right? And they know exactly what we're talking about. Matt Gaetz has a nasty past, dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do? Join me once again in giving MAGA what they deserve, right? Especially because they got this guy, Matt Gaetz, there. Another round of booze and shame. Oh my God. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Look at that. We got to look at the time. All right. We're almost to the point where we'll open up the boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box. All right. You know, they don't like me because I tell the truth, but you know what? That's all right. As long as the truth gets out there. And oh my God. Well, look at that. It didn't really come through so well. It didn't. See, you never know how this TikTok thing works, but we'll carry on. It's embarrassing. Frustrated House Republicans increasingly fear losing their majority. And I've always known this was going to happen, but you know, and we're starting to see it unfold on this app. All right. House Speaker Mike Johnson entered 2024 facing a variety of challenges, including the threat of a partial federal government shutdown, a series of special elections, and members of his caucus who are threatening to oust him as Speaker. The same fate that former Rep. Kevin McCarthy suffered in October. Democrats have been arguing that all this chaos makes a case for taking away the GOP's House majority in November. And some House Republicans, according to sources, fear voters will agree with that message. All right. This is what they're saying. House Republicans are getting increasingly frustrated at their caucus inability to draft laws and enact change, with some very publicly complaining about their party's lack of accomplishment. The 118th Congress has passed fewer than 30 bills thus far, a paltry show compared to the previous Congress, which have generally passed more than 300. They're not getting any work done in Congress, ladies and gentlemen. This is what this is about. It is embarrassing. It is frustrating, and there's infighting between MAGA and the GOP, the House Republicans. And so, with that being said, you see them right there, Mitch McConnell and Mike Johnson. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Give these deranged liars and hypocrites, these folks are wasting taxpayers' money. They're not doing anything. They could be on vacation the rest of the year and the same amount of work would get done, right? They're just wasting taxpayers' money. Join me in giving these folks what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. They're not doing anything. They know they have nothing to run on, and it's crystal clear. And this is why this is easy to do. They get mad at me and they say, "Well, Zeus, all you do is you push hate on your platform." And no, I don't. I get out here and I share what's out there so everyday Americans can see it for what it is, just like I do. No lies detected over here. All right. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and we got a couple of more, and then we're gonna be up and away. GOP rep brutally fact-checked after claiming everything was better under Trump. How many of you have heard this before? We're talking about Nancy Mace. How many of you heard this? Let's see what this liar says.
We had a stronger economy under Trump. Everything was better under Trump by every measurement, every barometer, and that is what I hear day in and day out from the voters in South Carolina.
Really interesting.
Right, everything was better under Trump. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've gotten some feedback and some pushback on that statement. And let's go through some of the responses folks are saying. And I got to make sure we put this out here so that it's in the history books, all right? So just how much was it better under Trump? When Trump was president, we had the biggest pandemic in 100 years, the biggest economic crash in 90 years, and the most civil unrest in 60 years. Joe Biden fixed that. Things were quite objectively not better under Trump. Right? We see it for what it is. Next, what do we got? Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. COVID cases and deaths were, quote, better under Trump, right? I mean, you got to put that in quotes because that's not really a good thing, right? But this is true. This is true. They will never talk about this on the right, all right? But they act like we didn't live through the pandemic with Donald Trump, all right? We had disastrous economy under Trump. We were rationing toilet paper, remember that? Grocery store shelves were empty, remember that? Highest unemployment since the Depression, and farmers were subsidized because of his trade policies with China. Remember this? Oh yeah, look at this. She forgot to give him credit for COVID, leading us into the inflation we are currently experiencing. There you go. All right, we got one more, ladies and gentlemen. One more. All right, as confirmed by factcheck.org, the United States under Trump lost 2.9 million jobs, saw unemployment rise to 6.3%, and added $7.8 trillion to the debt. Under Biden, we had 13.2 million jobs, unemployment rate at 3.7%, and reduced the deficit by 6.3 trillion. It's crystal clear, ladies and gentlemen, the difference between Donald Trump and President Biden. And so, going back to our original statement, right? Everything was better under Trump. You know what we got to do? Let's give Nancy Mace what she deserves. Another round of boos and shame, because it depends on what you're talking about, right, Nancy, when you say everything was better, but not the same better most Americans are thinking of. Let's give her what she deserves. Another round of boos and shame. Exactly. All right. Let's keep it going, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Let's see. What do I want to talk about next? All right, here we go. Whole swaths of Republicans and, independents, they said they will never vote for Trump. They absolutely hate him. Can you believe this? And this is why I keep telling these Trump supporters, it's really over. If you don't see this situation for what it is, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. All right. In 2020, a long list of well-known conservatives, they endorsed Democrat Joe Biden for president, including former Senator Jeff Flake, a Republican in Arizona, a GOP activist Cindy McCain, Attorney General George Conway, and former Hewlett-Packard CEO Carly Fiorina. And 4 years later, with Donald Trump seemingly on track to win the 2024 GOP presidential nomination, Biden's reelection campaign is hoping that anti-Trump conservatives will begin to be a part of his coalition again. All right. Reports are coming out, all right, in articles published that said, take a look at Republicans and independents who are refusing to vote for Donald Trump if he becomes the nominee. Quote, Donald Trump has a problem. No matter what happens in New Hampshire on Tuesday night, there's a whole swath of Republican electorate and a good chunk of independents who appear firmly committed to not voting for him in November if he becomes the nominee. It's an issue that becomes starkly apparent in polling ahead of the Iowa caucus. All right. When recent polls in that state found that fully 43% of Nikki Haley supporters said that they would back President Joe Biden over Trump. And it's a dynamic that has been vividly displayed as the campaign has shifted to New Hampshire this week. All right. Scott Simon, an independent in New Hampshire, voted to support Trump in 2016 and in 2020. So this guy, he voted to support Trump in 2016 and 2020 twice. He says this, I can't vote for Trump. He's a crook. He's too corrupt. I voted for him and I didn't realize he's as corrupt as he is. You see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? Another New Hampshire voter, Lisa Tracy, she says, quote, would go with Biden if Trump is the nominee. All right. She says, I liked him, but he just scares me now. Everybody that has ever worked for him is not anymore. You see the pattern. All right. Some of the New Hampshire residents Politico interviewed would be open to voting for Haley over Biden in the general election, but adamantly are anti-Trump. Here's another example. Our good friend Curtis, 81 years old. He's an independent. He voted for Barry Goldwater in 64, Bob Dole in 96, George W. Bush in 2000 and 2004, but he supported Biden in 2020. He said, I can't find anything to say, and I try. He can't find anything good to say, right? He's dangerous, and the people around him are too. Similarly, a 79-year-old Forbes farmer, another independent, would consider voting for Haley over Biden in November, but said of Trump, no, never. I absolutely hate him. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what we mean, and this is what I've been saying. There's a lot of people out here in this country that do not like Donald Trump, and whether you look at the polls now or you look at them later, when it comes straight down to it, and it's time to cast your vote for President Biden or Donald Trump, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, you know what? Maybe Biden isn't the perfect choice, but there's just no way in hell we are going to let Donald Trump and his minion of evil supporters back into the White House to touch those sacred levers of power, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me once again in giving these Trump supporters what they deserve. Another round of booze and shade. Yeah. See, you see, the problem is they see what's happening out here, and the writing is on the wall. All right. Donald Trump and his supporters, their days are numbered, and we are here to make sure that they know this. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're rounding the corner where we get to hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil. All right. What do I want to do? I know what this is. Okay, Ohio. You know we got to talk about January 6th, right? So for those of you who don't like this part of the show, you know what it is. You are more than welcome to leave because we're going to do it and get up out of here, all right?
If you're not happy here,
there we go.
Then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we do on this side of town, on this part of the show. We got to talk about the seditionists, treasonous traitors who attacked our capital on January 6th, all right? I'm going to make sure we make this a part of the show all the way until the cows come home, all right? So, Muskingum County pastor, ladies and gentlemen. This guy was a pastor, all right? You can see him. William Dunphy has been found guilty of charges related to the January 6, 2021 storming of the Capitol in an attempt to disrupt the certification of Joe Biden as president. William Dunphy, 58 years dumb, was found guilty yesterday of 2 felony charges of obstruction of an official proceeding and abetting and civil disorder, and a misdemeanor charge of entering and remaining in a restricted building or grounds. He was arrested, ladies and gentlemen, back in October of 2022. The U.S. District Attorney's Office of Columbia said Dunphy is the founder and pastor of New Beginning Ministry, Warsaw, in Ohio. All right. On December 27, 2020, Dunphy posted a video of the church's Facebook page. You want to see this traitor, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. Thank you, Valerie. Oh, my God. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. According to the attorney's office, Dunphy is quoted as saying, quote, "The government, the tyrants and the socialists, the Marxists, the progressive, the rhinos, they fear you. And they should. Our problem is we haven't given them a reason to fear us." He is quoted later saying, quote, as I said earlier in another previous sermon in this, they used to all tell us, you know what? You settle your differences at the ballot. How did that work for us? It's not over. He added, January 4th through the 6th. Are you ready? And this is a threat. After entering the Capitol grounds, Dunphy used a bullhorn to rile up the crowd, saying, "This election has been stolen right from underneath our noses, and it is time for the American people to rise up, rise up, rise up." Today is the day in which these elected officials realize that we are no longer playing games, that we are no longer sheeple, and that we are just going to be corralled according to their whims and their wills. He then pushed a metal barricade against U.S. Capitol police officers, the attorney's office said, while others breached the Capitol building. Dunphy stayed outside, but still in the area, telling people leaving the building, mission accomplished. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is nothing more than a modern day seditionist, treasonous traitor, and deserves to spend the rest of his natural life, really, in prison. Dunphy is scheduled to be sentenced, ladies and gentlemen, on May 24th. Ladies and gentlemen, since we caught another insurrection and they've been convicted and will be sentenced, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving this individual, Mr. William Dunphy, what he deserves. A round of boos and shame. This is what he wanted. 58. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Since he wants to be a hero, we got to send him off the old-fashioned way.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
You heard what he said, MAGA. You don't represent our country. You defiled it, all right? You were intruders. And look at you. You're all sitting in a jail cell. Why? And I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to tell you why all of you are sitting in a jail cell, prison cell. It's because you chose to sell your souls to Donald Trump. A man who does what? He wakes up every morning. He puts a bird's nest on his head, right? He does. He paints himself orange and puts on those adult depend diapers, right? And you know he soils them, right? And a lot of you do anything this guy says. You should hear what these Trump supporters say to me, even to this day, knowing that the ultimate MAGA reward is what? Jail. And if you don't get your souls right, hell. You know that's the ultimate MAGA reward. And you got grown men out here on this app telling me with their, they say 10 toes down, because that's the thing, right? When you really mean it, you say 10 toes down. These Trump supporters, they get out here, 10 toes down, Zeus. I will do anything Donald Trump says, and there's just nothing you can say to stop me from doing it, right? And I said, really? Yes, I will move. Me, my wife, my children, my mother, my father, the dog, the cat, I'll move it all to be next to Donald Trump. And I'll give up my 401ks to be with him. There's just nothing you can do to stop me, Zeus, because you know what your problem is? This way, you don't see it. And I said, you know what? You're right. I don't see it, but you ought to be embarrassed. All right. These folks go out here and they get these Trump tattoos on their lower backs. They will do anything for Donald Trump. And then they will do all of that, right? And then when they end up sitting in a jail cell, you know what they start doing? They start crying. Oh, my rights have been violated. I'm a hostage. Right. This is what they say. And does their dad, Donald Trump, ever visit them or send them any money? No, he never sends these folks any money. He just uses them as an opportunity to make more money and get more victims. All right. So now they're sitting in a jail cell. And the words they got to remember is Donald Trump saying, you don't represent us. You are intruders and you will pay. You Trump supporters are something else. I don't listen to anything you say. I know there's something wrong with you upstairs. Your mind's gone. You sold your soul. And then, they say, well, I had more money under Trump. Well, good. If that's true, what good is it to have money and have to sold your soul in the process to obtain it? A lot of you have nothing. You might have a little bit in your bank account, but you're morally bankrupt, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make this stuff up, right? All right, let's open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough. I'm done with it. All right, I'm done with it this morning. I'm going to open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. You know what we do over here, ladies and gentlemen. We got to tell the truth and what shame this MAGA devil, all right? And listen, I'm not here to argue. I'm only here to get the truth out, all right? So don't get in the box and ask me any ridiculous questions. Don't ask me any questions that we all already know the answers to, okay? Because it's stuff like that I ain't got time to debate. Yesterday, that was one for the history books. I don't think I can ever do that much time on this app again. I've heard so much nastiness. You won't believe the stuff that I've heard, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it going. All right, let's start off. How are you doing, Jonathan? Good morning.
Good morning, Zeus.
Good morning. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself?
It is another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs as usual. Let's go.
I came across an acronym from a Trumper this morning.
What is it?
and it was TDS. And I had to ask what it meant. They explained what it meant, and the meaning of it is
CC.
Trump delusion syndrome.
Oh.
And I quickly thought to myself, now I didn't say anything back to him because, you really can't get him to, listen to, reality or reason.
Right.
But I just thought to myself, like, don't you realize that you're suffering from what it is that you've made an acronym for?
Really?
Like, you're delusional about this man named Trump.
They are.
Yet you've come up with an acronym for something that you call Trump delusion syndrome. What in Lord's name is wrong with you people?
Well, I say every MAGA accusation is a MAGA confession, right? You know how this works.
Word.
Right? And so what it is when you show up around these people, you represent the truth. Right? Yeah, it is projection, ladies and gentlemen.
No doubt.
Yeah. Well, listen, it sounds like you're quite busy back there, my good friend. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm at work.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, you got a lot going on there. I don't want to tie you up, my good friend, but thank you for joining, and send another request, my good friend, all right?
Will do. Have a good one, Zeus.
You too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Jonathan Harris. He's telling the truth. 9 times out of 10, it really is Trump derangement syndrome that MAGA has, and they are the ones that are suffering from it. All right, and I'm qualified to say that because I spent a lot of time talking to these so-called you know what they call themselves, experts. All right, and they're really not. All right, let's give it up to our next panelist, ladies and gentlemen, our good friend Nutty Professor. Good morning, Nutty. How are you?
Good morning. So something interesting that I want to point out, Zeus.
What's that?
So we keep hearing from Trump supporters that they had more money under Donald Trump, right?
Right.
That's funny because the Dow rises more than 100 points to close above 38,000 for the first time ever. That just happened yesterday.
But you know what they say, Nutty? They say, how does that help the poor people? That's the thing they got right now. They they take something good and make it bad.
So how does that help the poor people?
Yeah, because a lot of them are struggling. They can't buy those eggs.
Well, I'm not an economist. So my level of comprehension is far below where it should be on this topic. But one thing I do know is that the Dow going over 38,000 for the first time in history means people are making money. And it might not be you, it might not be me,
Superwoman.
but people are making money. That means the economy is doing well. That means that your brown eggs that you like to buy, maybe you should just switch to white eggs, because we know that the brown eggs and the white eggs, there are no difference as far as health concern. We know this. So because you want to be bougie and buy brown eggs, which is going to cost you $2 more than a dozen of white eggs, then that's on you, boo.
That is.
So I don't know what to tell you, because all I can say with the high prices, prices are high, absolutely. So blame the people who are producing the goods, because they are getting record profits.
You hear that?
They're getting record profits. So blame them. You can't keep saying inflation. Well, what's causing inflation? It's called corporate greed.
Bingo.
Corporate greed. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell them. I don't know what to
Tell
tell
him,
them.
Nutty.
So I
Tell
just
him.
know that people are making money. The fact that the Dow hit over 38,000, that means I'm making a little bit money on my 401k. I have a 501b. I'm making money. You know,
Yeah.
but see, there's people that I hire to be smarter than me on that stuff. As long as I'm making
Yeah.
money, that's all I care about, right?
Yeah. You got your investments.
Yes, but that's I misspoke. That's not all I care about because I care about other people. That's the difference between us and them. Yes, I want to make money. Yes, I want to be successful individually, but I also
Right.
want my fellow Americans to not be out there on the streets, to not be out
Yeah.
there in the food line because they're hungry. I want them to have
You hear
health
that?
insurance. I want them to have a roof over their heads. I want children to be able to eat food in school for free.
Right.
They should be able to see a doctor for free. It's funny how we don't think that healthcare is a right, but yet we're paying for the citizens of Israel to get free healthcare.
Oh, really? You know they
Again,
don't like it when you say
again,
stuff like that, Nutty. They don't.
but make it make sense. It's good for them at our expense, but it's not good for us at our expense. I'm sorry. I would rather that expense be for us here in America. Because if
Tell 'em,
I'm going to
Nutty.
pay for anyone to have health care beyond myself, I want it to be for other Americans.
You
Because
know they say
charity
that
begins
makes you a
where?
socialist. At
Where
home.
where does charity begin?
At home.
Absolutely. So let's fix home. And I don't conflate the difference between supporting Ukraine because the monies that Ukraine is getting for America, y'all,
Right?
we've explained this 2 trillion times.
Yeah.
2 trillion times. Ukraine is not getting a blank check from the United States of America to just spend. They're
Nope.
getting old weapons that we have sitting in stockpiles. We have to put a number on those weapons and say, this is how much we're giving you. And by
Bingo.
us giving those weapons to Ukraine, what does that do for our economy? It boosts our economy because it's putting Americans to work building newer weapons. But then
No
again,
lies detected.
Zeus, then again, facts don't matter. So, right? So,
I mean,
facts
when you're
don't matter.
talking to them, yeah, facts don't matter. It's
Yeah.
all emotion over there. All right.
Well, I
But
heard my
listen,
bell,
Nutty.
sir. I heard my
All
bell.
right.
And have a great day.
All right.
And once again,
You
go
too.
Lions.
Cut it out, Nutty.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Bad boys.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for
Let's
you?
go.
Bad boys. What you gonna
Bad boys. That was one of the Kingdom bad boys, minus that comment he said about the Lions. But he did it the right way. He said it on his way out, as he should. But listen, MAGA, playtime is really truly over, and we understand that you are in your feelings, all right? And someone actually said, I can't wait. This is what they said. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna troll you when Trump beats Biden in 2024. I said, I'll be right here waiting for you, okay? Because that's exactly what this is intended for. I want to make sure every Trump supporter says all the ridiculous things that they can think of to me right now, because they clearly are choosing to ignore facts, ignore reality, and they are in for a rude awakening. Ladies and gentlemen, trust me. Everywhere you go on this app, you will see Trump supporters crying, bawling their eyes out. They got swollen eyes because they're crying so much. Conservative Democrat, no, he's not winning unless you're talking about felonies. Trust me, I know. All right, let's move on, ladies and gentlemen, to our next guest, Illusion of Choice. Good morning, Illusion. How are you doing, my friend?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you crystal clear. All right,
Excellent.
long time no see.
Yeah, man, I'm always around, man. I love seeing your content. I just put you on in the morning and chill out, bro. You're the
All
best.
right, all right, all right. Well, thank you. I try my best, I should say, but
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
I
it's
appreciate you, man, especially the way you put Snugs on blast the other day for claiming that he's all of a sudden not going to vote for Trump. Anyway, we'll just
yeah.
move on from that
Th-
nonsense. So I wanted to come up and say, as I moved through the creators, the GOP creators, the MAGA creators, the MAGA devils, as you
yeah,
like to call them, on
absolutely.
TikTok, I the MAGA demons. That's what you call them. Sorry, not
Yeah,
the
the,
devils,
the
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 demons.
MAGA demons. That's right.
That's right, man. I, you crazy.
Yeah.
I tend to notice there's a theme that there's this deep state that's conspiring to get Donald Trump from becoming our next president. And
Mm.
over the last few days, I've noticed something that
What's
there's
that?
been a lot of people moving against Joe Biden's plans to help with the border
Yeah.
and immigration. And I've also noticed, actually, this just happened yesterday. There was a very, very high level AI generated robocall that went out to many, many, many people out in New Hampshire trying to
Mm.
suppress voters from putting Joe Biden on the ballot in New Hampshire. Yeah. So
Wow. Oh,
let's
shame on them.
yeah, that's
Shame.
some dirty, dirty tricks. So now, if there's this big deep state conspiracy that reaches through every aspect of our election, then what? How does that make sense that Joe Biden would be using the deep state access to conspire against himself being on the ballot in New Hampshire?
Oh,
What?
it doesn't.
It doesn't make sense. If you can make that make sense for me, MAGA, you win all of my respect. I will vote for Donald Trump in every election from now until, whenever his dictatorship ends,
Oh,
but
it'll never end. It'll never end. But you know, we're gonna put that right there with their claim that the FBI was, a part of January 6th, right?
yeah,
You heard them
yeah.
say, and
Ab-
it's so okay, right? So the FBI is investigating the FBI, right? That's
yeah,
how that works, which
yeah.
makes absolutely no sense.
Boom! Tell them,
Yeah,
man. All
yeah.
right.
These
Well, I just thought I'd throw that out there. That's recent news, and I appreciate you. I'm going to drop back down, watch all the truth be told, and I appreciate you.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Illusion of Voice. No lies. No lies detected. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's about. I don't have to, when you are actually paying attention to the facts, right? You don't got to coordinate with people online to get your story straight and get out here and start spreading and talking, right? Like those Russian bears do. Right? Thank you. Thank you. We got, the Russian bears. I'm paying attention to them. They get their message and their orders, their marching orders from Vladimir Putin. And then they get out here on this app and they spread the misinformation. And it has to be coordinated. But once you start to probe them and ask them questions, they start to reveal that they don't know what the heck they're talking about. All they're doing is spreading lies and misinformation. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, Miss Poetivity. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right.
I had a question though. Like,
This,
what do the maggots think that the Republican Party's going to do for poor people?
mm,
like, well, they cut Meals on Wheels when Trump was president. I
yeah.
mean, they cut out all the welfare programs. They cut out everything, and they
Mm,
want to cut Social Security to leave our seniors in poverty too, and they want to
right.
cut Medicare and Medicaid so that the medical industrial complex can take their houses and they won't have an inheritance to leave to their families. I
Wow.
mean, They want to cut everything, every bit of assistance they want to cut, and somehow electing Republicans is going to help them pay for groceries. When
Make it make sense, Magda, please.
it's like, really, what do they think? What help do they think they're going to get? Do they think if we pull the aid to Ukraine that they're actually going to help the homeless? They're not going to help the homeless. They never help the
No.
homeless, and yet
They
they're out here saying, but the homeless, and we want to spend money here, but they don't. They're not going to spend a penny here.
no.
They
You know how it goes. Once we start trying to help people, they start getting in the way of us helping people, right?
Yeah, they don't want to help anybody except the super rich. They want a government for the billionaires, by the billionaires. That's what they want.
Yeah.
And they want the rest of us to be so poor and so desperate that we will take any job they offer us. Like if they offer us a job cleaning the jizz out of porno booths, then we would take it for $3 an hour.
Oh, nice.
That's what they want. They want us so desperate that we will literally take any job for $3 an hour.
Nasty.
Well,
That's a nasty job, Poetivity. You know.
well, there's somebody in the United States doing that job, Zeus. I mean, kudos to that job doer. I mean,
Wow.
I mean, I
Wow.
can't think of a grosser job. That was the grossest job I
What
could think
about changing Trump's dirty diaper?
of. Ooh, yeah. He wants to pay somebody only $3 an hour to do that. Like, that's, yeah, no.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
See, I just thought of that, but that is a job someone has in this country, and you know, but you know what? I think these folks they're so deranged. They would actually do it for free. They would do it for free, wouldn't they? And
They would
put
do
the
it
diaper.
for free with their tongue, Zeus.
You know what you gotta get, Poetivity. That ain't keeping it clean. All right, listen. All right, sometimes things are just so nasty you imagine it and it's offensive. Right? Oh my God.
Yeah, I'll let you go. Anyway, Republicans.
Struggles would.
Republicans, you're not getting any help from Republicans. Like, they're not going to help you. But Joe Biden has built the economy from the bottom up, and he is helping the poor. He is helping lift our fellow Americans out of poverty and into a better life. And his policies and his support of unions and everything that he does will end up solving any homeless crisis that we have. But you guys are living in a delusional world if you think that billionaires are going to help you. They're not. So wake
Tell
up.
them, Poetivity. Tell them.
Yeah. So thanks for having me up. I just wanted
You're welcome. You're welcome. And it's always a pleasure to have you get in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil. All right. That's what this is about. All right.
Okay. Take care. And I love what you do.
All right. All right. I love you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Poetivity. Superwoman. Good job yesterday. Shout out. I saw you in there. We were in there wielding the sword of truth around those Trump supporters. They didn't know what to do. They were overwhelmed with truth yesterday and all those lies. We went and visited these liars, and I mean, what? I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it is definitely getting nasty out here. All right, good morning, Rollo. Good morning. How you
Good morning, Zeus.
doing? Good morning. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing wonderful. Just dropped off my kids to school. We were listening to you,
Oh, wow.
and they're
Thank
like,
you.
"Hey, let me know if Zeus lets you up." So I'm gonna have to give them the
Oh,
good news.
oh, wow. Well, listen, that you touched my heart, man. That's big. Thank you. I never know who's listening, right? And that's what makes this show kind of amazing, right?
That's right.
You
Keep it
just never know
clean.
where
Keep
it's
it
going to go.
clean.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
makes it so my kids can listen to that. But hey, listen, I just wanted to get up here and just debunk some of that.
Uh-oh. Did you just get a call? Look at that. You got a call, huh?
Uh,
You got a call?
yeah. I'm back. I'm back. I s-
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
You good? You can hear me?
Yeah, I
All
can hear
right.
you. Good.
Yeah. No. I just wanted to get up here and try to debunk some of that misinformation and scapegoating there is about asylum seekers, immigrants,
Oh,
all the bad stuff going around that we
okay.
know that it's not true because conservatives want to fear monger about brown people and new immigrants and everyone else just to try to, detract from the real problems in the country. So
Really?
yeah, yeah. So, I'm an immigration
Use that.
attorney, uh, and that's kind of what I like to do, talk truth, talk instead of feelings, we talk about laws and
Okay, so let's talk, right? There's folks out here, the Supreme Court sided with the Biden administration, right? About
yes.
removing that wire. There's folks out here that are saying the Biden administration and the Supreme Court, they got it wrong, and that Greg Abbott is right to do what he's doing, even though it's inhumane. They have the right as states to protect their borders. What is your summary or your assessment of this? Because they're saying they're going to fight this tooth and nail.
Well, I say they're the ones that call themselves constitutionalists, but can't count more than second, right? That's all they can get to.
Yeah,
Because the Constitution clearly states, the laws clearly states that when it comes to immigration and how to handle immigration, that is a strictly federal power, and the states cannot interfere with immigration. And that's exactly
exactly.
what the state of Texas and Greg Abbott have been doing. And instead of fixing and making it better, they're making it worse because they're impeding uh,
I thought
Border
so.
Patrol from doing their
Thank you.
jobs,
Thank you.
right? And it's
That's exactly what I thought.
yeah, and it's the law, right? But because
Yep.
it fits their narrative, then they're going to die on that sword and say, "Hey, this is he's doing the right thing because now we can show power, with pew pews and military and putting people there." But they really can't do anything. They can't touch these people. They can't arrest them. They can't engage with them. They don't even talk to them. They just kind of sit there, right?
Yeah.
But I'm
Wow.
glad that the Supreme Court, even under its current constitution, sided
Yeah.
with how the rule of law should be and kept
Bingo.
federal powers with the federal government and
Bingo.
ordered them to remove that inhumane, border they were trying to create there that only
Yep.
caused the unaliving of multiple people, right? So
Thank
it,
you.
it
Thank you.
doesn't do anything for the system. It bogs it down, and it's against international conventions of asylum, of a convention
Wow.
against torture.
Mm.
There's a lot of laws that are violated not only in the United States but also on an international level because we
Yeah.
participate in all of these different
Mm.
conventions around the world.
Mm.
So any way that you look at it, unless you're looking at it at a purely ideological point of view, then you
Right.
can't support that behavior and that overstep of power
Yep.
by a state governor.
Exactly. That's what I
So
wanted to hear. Listen, Rolo, I appreciate you, man. I mean, we could talk. I know a lot about this because you are an expert in this area, especially when you're compared to me. But I'm glad that you're pointing it out to the American people that we can't have these states going rogue in terms of trying to enforce the border and taking over the role of the federal government. That's just a no-no.
absolutely. And Zeus, I'm going to be live with Facts Still Matter tomorrow.
Okay.
Um, he's going to be interviewing me, and we're going to talk about immigration and the border. So
Oh, really? What
it's going to
time?
be at 6 Eastern time
Okay, that's three
tomorrow.
months. Okay.
Yep. So
All right,
that's
I will be there. All right. Send me
awesome.
an invite. All right.
Heck yeah. Thank you so much, Zeus, for having me. I
You're
know my time
welcome.
is up. Have a good one.
All right, you too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Rolo, immigration attorney. Good morning, Cece. So lovely to see you. All right. I didn't know you were, around these days, but it's lovely to see you. All right. I'm still here doing what I've been doing, looking handsome. All right. And I hope you're doing well. Sideways. Good morning, Liv. I saw you coming in sturdy and early. All right. Good morning, April. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Hey, how are you doing?
Oh Lord, let's talk about this ex-idiot in chief.
Ooh.
of the White House.
Let's give it to him.
Okay, so he ran the whole 2016 and 2020 the darn border wall. The wall,
Right,
the
he did.
wall, the wall. So
Yeah.
yesterday in his speech,
Mm-hmm.
this man that has the what is it, comprehension of a 7-year-old thinks that we can build a dome across the whole United States and have
What?
our state of the art missiles. That's how he's going to prevent us from World War III.
Wow.
he's
Wow.
he's thinks we can build a wall like Israel has.
Mm.
So
I'm done.
yeah,
I'm
I
done.
know. I mean, it's bad enough that they have to come in and interpret and what he says in tweets or Truth Social, what he
Right.
says during speeches. I mean, if he's such a genius, why can't he speak English? Why can't he
Oh,
speak to the American people where we can understand? And you don't have to interpret everything he says.
right.
It's ridiculous.
Straight facts.
But when I saw that about the dome, I thought, oh, good God Almighty, this man has lost it. That's thinking like a 7-year-old.
Right.
Let's put
Right.
it. Let's put a dome over the United States. He's
Wow.
he's crazy, but I'm hoping for great things in New Hampshire. I've seen a
Oh.
lot of the people speaking from New Hampshire, and they are still voting Republican, but they
Mm.
will not be voting for Trump.
Mm.
They
Tell
said,
him.
and they said if it comes down to it, they will vote Biden over Trump because
Let's go.
they fear for the country. They fear for the country, and what they think Trump will do is totally destroy the country. I mean, they've done multitude of interviews with
Polling. Yeah,
people.
yeah. They polled people, and people are speaking out, and they're speaking out very loud right now, right?
Yeah, so I'm hoping Haley's gonna pull in enough DeSantis. We don't want Haley either. I mean, good God, the woman wants,
She wa-
Social Security. She wants you to be able to retire at 70. Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
We
You,
don't want Haley. She's not honest. You ask her
no.
simple questions and she goes down this dark and dangerous path, right?
Yeah, we don't want Republican at all, but our number one thing is to keep this wannabe dictator out of office. That's our job.
Exactly.
That's my only job right now on this platform, to
Good
keep that
morning.
dictator out of office, and I think we're doing a pretty good job, Zeus.
We are the message, between you and all the other content creators out here. The message is getting out to the American people, right? Donald Trump is unfit, and all of his little cronies that he's aligned with, they're unfit as well. Nikki Haley, listen, you got to do better. Unfortunately, you're not going to beat Donald Trump.
No,
All right.
well, we could only hope, that something happens. Jack
Yeah.
Smith, are you listening?
Yeah. Oh, Jack Smith. God bless Jack Smith. He's gonna end up putting the nail in the coffin for Donald Trump and his supporters. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah, I see it too.
Yeah.
But you have a great day, and let's get back to work.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for April, one of the bad manageras in the kingdom. All right. Thank you, April. Hey, you know how that is. Oh my God. Listen, we're almost at 100,000 likes. Wow. I mean, this is a light show, so I'm quite impressed. All right. Thank you, everyone who tuned in this morning. All right. Let's keep the show going, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we got to do. Bring up our next panelist is Jess, one of the bad manageras. Let's go. How you doing, Jess? Hey, how are you doing this morning?
You?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Just tending to the affairs as usual. And you?
I was just listening to a video about Trump's mental health, and I got a question for you. Have you heard about the whales?
I've heard about what he said about those whales, right?
The whales
I
are
mean,
washing up on shore because of the wind. It's a very, very terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. Think it might
yeah.
have to do with the windmills or something? I don't know.
So the stable genius says, right? I mean, that's kind of the issue here, right?
Yeah. Or the loaf of bread. Have you heard about the loaf of bread? You need your ID to buy a loaf of bread.
Oh, I heard about that one too, right? And he's talking about voter registration,
And I'm only
right?
bringing this up because we've been hearing a lot about Biden's stutter or his mental health, right? So, like, I just have a question for the MAGA. Is that normal? Is that what you guys want?
Get him.
Someone that doesn't know that you can just go buy a loaf of bread? I'm sorry. Hey, he doesn't even care about the soldiers either. I've been telling everybody he got over 60 soldiers unalived in Afghanistan. So, I mean,
Wow, what a traitor. What a traitor.
and that's your man.
Yeah.
He mocks
Straight facts.
disabled people. That's your man.
He
You're going to
does.
stick beside him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's everything that they try to say Biden is. It turns out it's not Biden, it's Donald Trump.
Yep. Yep.
Right? He
And
doesn't
that
respect
man-
our troops. He said he doesn't respect our troops. He doesn't respect our military.
He doesn't
No.
respect anything, and they harp on the Constitution all the time, but half of them can't even tell you how many articles are in the Constitution, and Donald Trump wants to throw the Constitution out.
Oh.
So make it make sense.
MAGA, please.
It doesn't make
MAGA,
sense.
just make it make sense. You don't have a leg to stand on, but yet you say you're standing on something.
Talk about being pro-life, and you'll let children in our country starve. Damn. What a
Yeah.
shame.
But you're not lying. You're not lying. They'll do anything they can to harm them once they get here, right?
Mm-hmm. And I had a couple verses. I'm not going to proselytize in the live, but Janae was throwing some nasty things at you yesterday, and I threw a couple verses back at her. Hope she read them. Don't think she did, though.
Oh, Nasty J Bear. That's what we're gonna call her, right? Nasty. She's a nasty woman. Her and her friend Stacy Bear. They said some very terrible things to Zeus, and all I've done is got on this app and told them the truth, right?
And it's so funny because they want to say, oh, they don't flip flop or whatever, but like Stacy's quote is, "I just want to learn." I just want to learn. And Jay Bear has this condescending sweet tone. Okay, I heard my bell. But we all know they've been like given facts for years now on this app, and then they'll act all kind and alive with you, listening to those facts, and then go back to their friends and talk all that crap and spread the lies again. All right.
Yeah.
With that, have a wonderful day, Zeusy.
All right, Jess, you as well. You have a wonderful day. And there were no lies detected, ladies and gentlemen. One of the bad men of Denver. Hey! Oh yeah, it is called willful ignorance, and I will not stand for it. When I encounter those MAGA demons, it really is a gloves off scenario. And a lot of people like to try to say, Zeus, you're being mean. I just invite them to come listen to them talk to me, and you'll see why things are the way they are. And not just me, a lot of my friends, they have never demonstrated that they're really Christians. Never. Good morning, Brother Swerve. How are you?
Good morning, my brother from another mother. How are you?
I'm all right, just tending to the affairs as usual.
I hear you. I got to be honest with you. I'm feeling a little blue because in a couple hours I got to drive down to OSU.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on? I mean, I love the rhymes that you got every morning you get in the box. You always have a bar for me, all right? I appreciate that, all right?
At least one. No, I got to go down there. I'm going to see a pain management specialist.
Okay.
And we're going to discuss implanting a pain management device. It's weird because it like sits at the top of your butt, right? It's got a remote control, thank God. But there's two wires that go up through your spine, up to the base of your neck, to something called a ganglion or something like that.
Okay,
and
I think
it controls the pain impulses from your brain down to your body. So,
really, this is some advanced technology.
yeah, that's what we're going to discuss. But no, I wanted to touch base with you real quick, and believe me, I'll get to Jay Bear and Stacey Bear in a second. But did you hear what happened in Florida on Monday? I believe it was.
On Monday, what happened?
So the sting operation, they arrested 123 human traffickers.
I heard about this.
Okay.
And what's the sweet thing about this story? Please tell us.
The sweet thing about this story, it wasn't one drag queen in the bunch. Not one member of the LGBTQI plus community was arrested with them.
Any immigrants?
No immigrants.
No immigrants.
No migrants, no. And then right after I read that article, I read another article where the CFO of Florida wants to take $5 million and put it into their coffers for Donald Trump's legal fund.
What?
Okay, and I'm like, I could think of $5 million better uses for that money.
Bingo.
Maybe use it to investigate human trafficking.
Bingo.
There you go. Stop taking. Why would the taxpayers want to pay his legal fees? They're already paying his legal fees when these idiots donate money to him.
Yeah.
They're already, and you want to give them another $5 million? What is wrong with you? Look, I'm not one to promote any kind of violence, but I'm gonna tell you like this. Let the CFO of Ohio come out and say, hey, we're going to take your money and give it to Donald Trump for his legal defenses. That's when I start sitting there going, you know what? I wish a mother would.
Oh, keep it clear. Hey!
Because I'm going to find him. You're not giving my money to that clown. Okay, and so I'm listening to this live y'all are in yesterday. And
God.
It was hard to keep up. I was almost getting lost in the wait, Stacey Bear got a problem on that saying, so I can't say that.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
But no, hell, I can't remember that dude's name, man. He comes in there, and he's trying to go toe to toe with Liv, who you could easily tell was 25 million times smarter than he was.
Right.
About black people being oppressed, and I'm like,
right.
who is this corn pop sitting here trying to tell black people that we're not oppressed? Who is he? Like, where does he get off? Where do these white people get off trying to tell us about our history, our culture, our society, when they have nothing to do with it? They'd rather see us picking some cotton out in the damn field somewhere.
Tell them, Swerve. Isn't it so funny? It's so funny how they come and tell you what you should be offended by, right?
Yeah. Well, at the same time, he's sitting there playing the victim. And I'm like, here we go with the victim card again. And I listen to Jay Bear and Stacey Bear, and they sitting there, well, I don't know how to get in. I don't know how to get between people. You sure as hell know how to cut people off.
Yep.
You sure as hell
sure do.
No, now, Zeus, hold on. Okay, Zeus, I don't give two living blanks about what you do.
Wow. You see, that's her.
Then she called Shade a B word.
And these were Christians. These are folks who on this app profess to be Christian, God-fearing Christians.
And isn't Jay Bear always the one talking about, nobody knows what she does for a living, but she cares about people being trafficked? Why don't she get on her live? Why don't she start a live and talk about what went on in Florida, how they busted these 123 men for human trafficking? Why don't she get on her
she didn't say a word about it.
No, but she cares so much. Oh my God, Zeus, you have no idea. Okay, no, hold on. Don't cut me off.
Sad.
No, Zeus, hold on.
I'm holding on, all right.
Zeus, come on now. I let you talk. That's exactly how they are, man. And it just, I don't know. And Dane comes in there and he's like, bring the heat and this and that. But then it gets to a point, can't nobody tell what the hell is going on because you're sitting there quiet, just giggling. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
And you can't, everybody, them two just start flapping their chops with no facts whatsoever. What was it the other day? She showed Donald Trump or Joe Biden being impeached, articles of impeachment being introduced. I'm like, yeah, they were introduced. None of that was voted on. That's not proof of anything, you clown.
Bingo. They make it up as they go.
They do, Zeus. They do. I can't. You know what? I can't do this today. Zeus, listen. I heard my bell, brother. I'm sorry for going over. You get back to managing
all
the
good.
affairs of the kingdom. To my friends and family down in the chat, thank you all so much for the well wishes. Dad is coming home today.
Hey,
Stepdad
let's
is going to
go.
be home in a couple of hours. And so
Prayer works.
I got to get ready to call mom and see how things are going. And so y'all be good. Thank you all for the well wishes. Y'all have a fun day. Have a safe day. And doggone it, have fun while you're doing it. Take care, brother.
All right, you two, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Brother Swerve. One of the bad boys.
What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 18, bad traits, you go to school and on the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, then you must get cool.
You know who Jay Bear is. You all know who this lady is.
Hold on. You poke the bear, you're gonna get the bear.
I don't buy it, Jay Bear. Those folks, what did you say? How many was it? 150 folks out there in the state of Florida got caught in an SA trafficking that involved children, Janae. I wasn't going to go in today's live, Janae. I wasn't. I was done today. But Swerve, thank you for reminding me of that story. I want to know why, number one, Janae, you didn't mention it. All this talk about what you do to protect kids, you didn't mention it not one time yesterday. Why haven't you hosted a live on your own profile? But you know what you want to do? You want to do things like this. You want to talk about having implants, Janae. You'd rather talk about yourself, your selfish behind. You'd rather be a fake Christian on this app than to actually back up all the stuff you claim you've done. I don't believe for 1 second you do anything to help these kids, Janae. I don't. And I don't believe you're happily married. I don't. Because then you would have to explain, why are you on TikTok all day long? Right? Shouldn't you be doing things to help make sure you have a healthy relationship with your significant other? What the heck? Does he tell you, you know what? I'm done with you. Go ahead and get on TikTok. Is that what's going on, Janae? Please. Spare me the outrage, and you too, Stacy Bear. Y'all don't care about nothing but yourselves. Won't you all just do us a favor? Why don't you just fly to Mar-a-Lago right there and get this thing over what you got with Donald Trump? And stop lying, using the Lord's name in vain. All right. Yeah. They don't like me because I tell the truth. I might go over there again and give them a dose. All right. I really might. I might have to. Good morning, Attacking. How are you doing, brother? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So Snuggles was broadcasting on his phone as he was walking on the beaches in Chicago, Lake Michigan. And he goes, "Oh, there's a beach whale." Oops, that was my wife.
Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Attacking! Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, I've already had a little taste of Snuggles this morning. Yeah, he's DMing me. Let me ask you a question. My videos, are they hard to understand?
No, not at all. Why?
Because
what is it? He's having a comprehension issue?
Yeah, Snuggles is having a comprehension issue. Send me a DM in regards to the cult video that I made with all the 8 signs. And he literally says that he's not following me, then blah blah blah. I made a video of his post. You know, so,
he said he unfollowed you.
Oh, unfollowed me? I don't know if he unfollowed me.
Okay. Okay, I thought that's what you meant.
But I noticed he plays the victim when we call him out for lying. And he said that Joe Biden was an essayer, and I'm following him. And I said, show the documents to that. And then, of course, silence came after that because he didn't post anything, like always. But anyway, yeah, I was in that broadcast with you and Janae and all those people. Remember?
Yeah.
They don't like when I played the dirty game that Donald Trump does that they support. Why is that?
What's the dirty game?
I use his words. I degrade people. I degrade people like Donald Trump does, and they support it, they cheer, and they do it. So why do they get upset if I do that to them when they support somebody who does it?
I can't answer that question.
I mean,
I have theories.
I would stop doing it if they would stop supporting somebody like Trump who's doing that to human beings, women, men, anybody that he dislikes, calling them liars. And I love this one. When I point a finger at you, Zeus, I'm pointing 3 back at me.
Is that what they say?
Well, that's what they say. But then when they start pointing the finger at you or me, aren't they pointing 3 fingers back at them?
That's how it works, unless they got some sort of type of hand, like an alien hand, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's really amazing how. And then when it comes to Stacey and like with the economy, are these people really that dumb that they don't know how the economy works? And like with the stock market now hitting another all-time high at 38,000, it's down a little bit now. But the thing is this, don't they realize that under Trump, it went down 3,000 points when the pandemic hit, and it came back up. But then since Biden took office, it's gone up and up and up, a little dip here, and then goes back up and up and up, a little dip here. That's the way it works.
Right.
Don't they understand that?
Do you, MAGA? Please raise your hand if you understand it.
And the jobs, the 14 million jobs added, the consumer confidence, the consumer spending, it's higher than decades. They're showing all these figures, and they say it's all fraud. It's all fraud.
Tell them, attacking. Tell them.
It's not real. It's not real. Well, it's the same sources that said Donald Trump's unemployment and job market and so on and so forth. But you don't believe them now? No. They're corrupt. They're corrupt now.
Yeah.
But bring somebody else up. I'm kind of full because I had a big plate of Snuggles already this morning, so I'm kind of full.
Oh, gross. Oh
All right,
my
buddy.
God.
Talk to you later.
All right. Later, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Brother Attacking a plate of Snuggles. Hey. What is a plate of Snuggles? All righty then, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring up our next panelist. Oh my goodness, Dark Susie, long time no see. All right, how are you doing?
Hey there.
Hey, how
I'm
are you
doing
doing?
good. How are you?
I'm all right. Just, tending to the affairs as usual.
I know. I just wanted to thank you. I'd been watching you and Tea Drinkers Lives and some others. I've been in the hospital for a couple of weeks.
Oh,
I had a really bad lung infection. I was coughing a lot and I let it go too far, and
oh
it
my.
wasn't COVID or anything, but I just got out here the other day,
Wow,
but you
you're
guys
okay
got me
now.
cleared. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm doing so
Good,
much better.
good.
It was kind of scary. I didn't want to be on a vent or anything. They didn't do that, but it was just
Right.
anyway. But all
Oh my.
good. But what I wanted to call and tell you or talk to you about was I was in Mr. Uh, Bigot Guy live. I mean, Mr. Nice Guy's live yesterday,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know who he
and
is.
I was
Evil
so
guy.
yes, I was so angry about the way they were talking to you and Liv in that
Mm,
live. It just
mm.
it, I I tried
It's
to get in that live and he
yeah.
would not let me in. And so I was like, okay,
Wow.
cool. I'll just talk from the cheap seats. But it was just you
Wow.
you both stood your ground.
Yeah, we're not gonna bend or compromise to that, But it's always interesting, right? You go in there and they present themselves as, I want to have an authentic conversation. By the time the live was over, all the bigotry, all the racism, all the Trump flags came out, didn't it?
Right. It did. It
You-
was, you know, and they just make themselves look
mm,
ignorant, and they're they're just brain dead people. And
mm.
what, and I hear people say, well, stop going in conservative lives and everything like that, but you have to hold them accountable.
Yep. Yep.
And
I go in there and I plant my flag whether they like it or not. If you really believe what you say, you should be able to say it on this side or that side. And when I say it on that side, they don't have the Trump flags up in the beginning of the conversation, but by the time I get done with them, I'm Trump 2024. You got me, Zeus. You're darn right I did. I knew I was talking to a MAGA demon from the very beginning.
Oh, yes, we all know. And
Mm.
I wanted to tell you, I saw a news article online. It was either Politico or AP. Donald Trump is renting smaller venues now.
Oh, that's the trick, huh?
Yeah, because you know why? Because his crowds are smaller.
It's like these guys that get these big black trucks, right?
Yeah,
You know why they do that.
yeah, I know. Because he has to make up for his little mushroom man down there. Like Stormy said.
Ooh. You
Anyway,
know it's small. You know it's small. All right. I'm talking about his crowd size, ladies and gentlemen. Cut it out. Keep it clean.
but
All
I,
right.
I saw that, and what else? Oh, then they're also saying that the reason Hamas attacked Israel was because of the information that Trump gave Russia, China.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
yes,
That's what I'm not shocked.
and
I am not shocked at all that Donald Trump is behind all of this conflict in the Middle East.
yeah,
Not at all.
and I'm just sad for the people that still believe in this man, and I hope that everybody is registered to vote. There's a thing on TikTok now at the bottom of some lives you go into. It says something about elections. You can actually register to vote on the app here.
Mm.
So people, if you haven't done that, please do that.
Yeah,
Just get our ducks in a row. We have a long way until November, but we need to be vigilant and
I agree.
call him out. But I didn't want to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to say
Yeah.
hi, and you keep doing what you're doing, and I'll keep seeing
All
you
right.
in these lives and try to have your back. But
All
I
right.
knew I
Thank
wasn't
you.
going to get in that one yesterday with him, and and Mr. Nice Guy, wait, showing his bank receipt. That's probably his what do you call that?
Mm.
Support you have to pay your wife when you're
The
that was he was talking.
alimony.
Yeah, alimony. Yeah, that's why he had it in there. He was waiting to make her that payment. He hadn't made it yet.
You never know, right? Nothing is as it seems when you're dealing with our friends on the right. They are a bunch of liars and a bunch of
I
grifters.
know.
All
Oh,
right.
wait, one more thing I
So,
want to tell you. Did you know that Nikki Haley raised over 500K overnight when
really?
DeSantis called off the running for president? And they were
Wow. I
all
didn't know
they were
that.
all grassroots donations, not
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So she might win New Hampshire today. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, we will see, but fingers crossed, right?
Right. Well, I love you, Zeus. Thank you so much
All
for
right, love
having
you
me.
too, and I'm glad you're feeling better and doing well. I'm glad the content was helping you get through your
Oh yeah,
visit at the hospital.
the nurses wouldn't even come in when I was on TikTok. They were like, "We gotta leave her alone because she's."
Uh-oh,
They,
really?
well, I fell asleep, but I was listening to you guys, and one of them tried to turn off my Kindle, and I had my eyes closed. I said, "I'm listening to that." She goes, "Oh, I thought you were asleep." Anyway,
That's hilarious, Miss Boss Diva. All
all
right,
right,
well, listen,
love
you
you.
never know. All right, love you too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to Dark Susie. No lies detected. Yeah. This is why we do what we do. There's a healing component to these lives. I'm realizing folks getting healed out here, ladies and gentlemen. Just listening to some good old fashioned truth. We cook it up very special for these folks. All right. Let's bring up our next panelist, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful Shay. Let's go. How you doing, Shay?
Hey, I'm doing okay. How's
All
everyone in the
right.
kingdom?
All right. I'm surprised to see you this bright and early after that effort you put in yesterday.
Oh my God, that live. Oh, yeah, I wasn't going to talk about it either since everybody's talking about it. Yes,
Right.
yes, they are.
Right.
It is it's a fascinating experiment in human nature, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's a it is a it's sad, because they absolutely sum up what a Trump supporter is. Absolutely uneducated, unrealistic, white supremacist. That was clear because I got up there and called out how Stacey Bear was going after Miss Morningstar and Buchanan and the
Yep.
crap that she was saying. And so, me, I always listen, right? I'll just sit and I'll listen. I always
Right.
ask for I always watch for the, the hidden messages and the hypocrisy. And so, sure enough, she started saying, "Why don't you go collect your checks?" to the two black women on the panel. And it just, so I got it. She just, what? And then with her and Liv and stuff like that. And of course, they love calling me a white savior, which is a white supremacist talking point, because they
Right.
don't want white people defending, or people that present white defending the actual history of racism and what it is and how to defend
Right.
it and all that. So I just love that. I think I got called white savior, about 5 times in my life. So it is what it is. And so, I began to try to explain that, and Stacey just don't want to believe in all that. And, it's sad because, I try to treat them with the utmost respect and allow them, of course, you can vote for who you want to vote for. That's not the problem I have with you. But when you get on and you start doing ridiculous stuff, and especially spreading white supremacy throughout I'm just going to call you out on it. But anyway,
you did an excellent job. Excellent job. Just let them spew all, get it out. Because, like I said, they go in there and they hide that stuff from us. But by the time we get done with them, they put it out in the front so we all can see it for what it is. This is why we say what we say.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I always say to them. It's like, you're just showing who you are. And I just listen, I learn, and just let you do what you need to do. But yeah, it's real simple for sure. But oh God, I don't know. I was going to play a couple of funny clips of Trump trying to speak. I mean, the dementia is real, y'all.
Remember how they said it was dementia Joe? You remember they were calling Joe Biden that?
Right? I mean, even Fox News is reporting on his dementia. Fox News is reporting on Bidenomics. They are absolutely saying, guys, the stock market is incredible. The consumer confidence is amazing. The inflation is back down to almost normal. I mean, Fox News is covering the economy.
Tell them, Shay.
I mean, there's no way they can't. And they're covering his dementia. I mean, did you hear? Oh, what was it? April was talking about that, the whole Iron Dome thing.
Yeah. She brought that up.
This is how he describes the Iron Dome. Let's see if I can find this clip pretty funny. This was pretty funny. So, it's not an actual dome, just so y'all know that. It's not an actual dome.
Right.
It's a missile system, right? And so let me see if I can find that real quick. Oh, the soulless problem. Yeah, that was,
Guys here, the muscle guys up here, right? And they calmly walk to a seat. Ding, 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 ding. They've only got 17 seconds to figure this whole thing out, right? Boom. Okay. Missile launch. Pshin. Boom. It's the most and they're not muscle guys here. They're muscle guys up here, right? And they calmly walk to a seat. Ding, 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 ding. They've only got 17 seconds to.
That's how the leader of the free world describes a missile system. I mean, come on, people. The leader of the free world, right, describes the missile system as a ping, 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 ping.
You see,
zing, zing, bing, bing, bing.
There's really nothing else left to say. Anybody that supports him, you're deranged.
They're deranged. They're like, he's so smart. He's like, I'm like, what?
Wow. How dare you have folks out here still supporting this man? This man doesn't know if he's going or coming.
No, they don't. And it's so bad that Fox News is reporting on it. That's how bad it is, guys. I just love it. I love that he's doing a rally every day, so we just get more and more snippets. Oh, the other thing that was being reported on is he's getting so frustrated because the minute he makes a gaffe, the Biden campaign immediately does a video about it, immediately does a campaign ad about it. I mean, they're on it in literally 15 seconds, they're saying. And he is getting so frustrated because they are just on top of it. So, yes.
He's frustrated.
Yes, let's hope Nikki Haley does show out well. And yes, to the Trumpers that keep thinking that the Democrats are voting for Nikki Haley and that we want Nikki Haley over Biden. No. No, we do not. No, we do not. That woman is pro-life. She doesn't know that racism exists, even though she complains that she was picked on as a brown child. So make that make sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't want Nikki Haley, but what we do want is for his ego to be wounded badly. That's what we want.
Yeah. And for MAGA to hit their knees and cry.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because we're gonna make sure they cry this year.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be a wake up call. And like Itchy always says, they haven't won anything since 2016. I mean, they'll be lucky to get 50 million votes, and that's really sad. But yeah, there's several, like April brought up, there's several ex-Trump supporters like, I can't vote for him. He is unhinged. He's dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it. It's just, it's insane. But anyway, I heard my bell. I'm going to let you go. Okay.
All right. All right.
Wonderful day, everybody.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
God
Let's
bless
give
you
it
all.
up to the beautiful Shay. Thank you, Shay. Hey, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, we're almost done with this show, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get up out of here, but let's hear from a few more panelists. Oh my God, good. I saw you, T. Shout out to T. I saw him coming up in here. I don't know if he's still here. Good morning, Miss Morningstar. How are you doing?
That's when you got.
Uh-oh. Whoa. I don't know, Rick. Thank you. I think that was from Miss Morningstar. Miss Morningstar, where did you go? Are you going to join us again? Miss Morningstar going once, going twice. Yeah, I don't know. I was waiting for it because she was definitely holding her own yesterday as well. All right. And see, this is why I do these lives, right? You know, I often think of what I do as just a Kickstarter to help other people sometimes get to going out here. Good morning, Miss Boss Diva.
Good
How are you doing?
morning, Zeus.
Hey.
How's my partner in crime today?
I'm all right. Coming in sturdy and early as usual. You know how we do.
You know it. I just got one thing to say.
All right. Hey!
You know, that's my favorite song. That's my favorite song.
Wow.
Union Gang represent. What's up, Union Gang? What's up, Zeus?
Shout
I
out.
came up here just to, say hello and, support, of course, like I always do. And tell you how handsome you are and all that glorious lighting and everything,
I try.
It's
really
just
try
right.
to
It's
deliver.
just right, Zeus. No adjustments needed, baby. No adjustments needed.
Thank you. So
I had to come up here with that after Shay played that little clip because I actually heard that this morning when I was strolling my news.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, man, we got to drop that as a sound. That's for sure. We got to make sure Rick
It's a good
get in
one.
on that.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
good one. That's good. Nina, I see you, Queen. What's up? What's going on? Straight Facts, my bestie. What's up, baby? I know
Shout
you're
out
up in
to
that,
Straight Facts.
up in
Yes.
this chat,
Oh, I saw it. I heard you was about to go there.
Yeah, I was about to, but of course, I always think twice with you, Zeus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You the only one. You the only one.
Tell him.
But
You know he doesn't like it when you do that.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I really came up here to do. You know what I'm
Wakanda.
saying? I got to make my presence known.
All right.
Wakanda, what's
Yeah.
up, baby? I got to shout out my peoples. You know what I mean? And that too.
Absolutely.
But everybody in the chat, hope everybody have a good day, and stop hating. If you want, stop hating.
Don't
You know,
don't
it's
do
not
no
good
hating.
look. It's not cute.
And jealousy isn't either, right? I always tell them jealousy is a sign of weakness.
Oh yeah, so is envy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is not something that anybody should take on as a trait or a characteristic of any sort. You know what I mean? But I'm a boss, and I'm gonna stay a boss, and I'm gonna always remain a boss along with a diva, and that just makes boss diva. You know what I'm saying? But
exactly.
yeah. Anyway, much love to you, Zeus. I'm gonna let you continue on because I know you're a busy man. You got things to do. So much love to you,
people to do,
partner in
places to
crime.
be.
I see you
Amen.
in these TikTok streets ruling things as you normally do. So
And
let's
you
get
too. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful Miss Faustina. Oh, my God.
In motion, beautiful sight to see.
Are you ready, Miss Morning Star? Yeah! All right, there's a lot of love in the kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's what we do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to Miss Morningstar. How are you doing?
Hey, Zeus. I'm sorry
Hey.
that I'm in the office, so work calls, I gotta answer.
Oh, hey, listen, I get to the money first. We'll be here when you
Gotta
need
get to
us,
the bag. Gotta get to the bag.
Tell them.
So yeah, Zeus, I just wanted to chime in on yesterday. Good morning, Kingdom, by the way. Yeah, it was kind of interesting and fun battling those bears. They something else, when you get their back up against the wall. They want to call you evil, mean names, like J Bear called me the B word yesterday. I was like, oh, J Bear, you're supposed to be a Christian and you let that slip because you couldn't handle being up against the wall. You're back against the wall. They continue to spread these lies, Zeus, and always get debunked.
Yeah.
We had Stacy Bear pop in with a video yesterday. She came with a video. She thought she came to, as my girl Ange say, she thought she came to class prepared, but she gets an F because she failed. She failed. Let me tell you how she failed. So she wanted to argue that Miss Eugene Carroll, Miss Eugene Carroll, basically admitted. Her words was she admitted that she just wanted to go after Trump because he was running for president again. But when she played the video told otherwise. The video said, that this case, that she definitely was going back after him for defamation of character. What he's been doing, what he continues to do. And she clearly stated her reason for going and pursuing this against the pervert. So, Stacy Bear again was caught up in another lie.
The
and
trans.
it's amazing, yeah. And my girl Shay did come up there and called her out on her foolishness. It's just right. Thank God for Shay, because Shay caught it. I caught it too, But it don't bother me because I already know what they are. We know that they are Russian bears, and they have zero credibility.
Zero.
And every accusation is an admission of them their own selves. I forgot the word, but their own selves. There it is.
You're right. Yeah,
so we already know. Go ahead, say it, Zeus.
Every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession.
Bam. That's what it is. And they like to get in there and call you nasty names and harass you, and you've been nothing but nice to them. You caught out their their bull, and they just don't want to take it. So it's okay. Some people we can't fix. Nope. We just can't fix. But it was sure enough fun getting them against the corner.
Yeah. I'm a gentleman, right? I'm a gentleman.
You definitely are a gentleman. They try to defame your character, and it's just no, we're not having that. And anytime they do it, we will severely hit them with that thunder and take them down. We're not about to play with these demons out here.
Exactly.
No.
And
but anyhow, I heard my bell. I'm glad you let me back up. Everybody keep fighting a good fight. We are winning.
Exactly.
And we can say, play the struggle song for me. That gets me cracking up. I love that song.
You like the struggle song?
I love the struggle song. Struggle pancakes. There it is.
Struggle pancakes. Struggle honey buns. Struggle in the way. Yeah. He's a
struggler. Yeah. All right, Zeus. Y'all have a good day. He's a struggler. Have a good one, Zeus.
All right, Miss Morningstar, you as well. Wow, oh wow, ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this stuff up. Another bad. Thank you, Miss Morningstar. All right. right, all right. I mean, listen, you got these Trump supporters in here. What is his name? It's your baby daddy. I hope this live is funny to you because I want to make sure you're laughing this hard when your leader, all right, Donald Trump, is sitting in a jail cell, and you could be right there next to him. All right, I want to see if you're gonna be laughing, and I want it to be one of those belly laughs. Don't just do that little, no, be serious and sincere. Oh my God, we're in prison together, Trump. I want to see it, all right? And I'll pay top dollar to see you in a jail cell with Donald Trump. I would. I'd spend everything. I'd move heaven and earth to do it, champ. And there's nothing you could do to stop me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, these Trump supporters, they know what it is. I'm their worst nightmare. All right, good morning, Stick the Ruler. How you doing, champ?
And good morning, Zeus. How you doing?
Hey, I'm all right. Just, tending to the affairs as usual.
Oh, yeah. Definitely you're doing that. And definitely you giving MAGA what it deserves. Boos and shames and all that good stuff. And,
thank you.
She had it right up the alley on what I needed to hear this morning. And that was struggle pancakes. Struggle honey buns. Struggle on the way. I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of catchy, man. That's Union, right? That's Union, right? Like it's so catchy.
Yeah,
it is so catchy.
Yeah.
But he's definitely a struggler. He's only got a couple of Russian bears on his back. People's leaving in droves. Nikki Haley, I think, got a total of 6 voters by midnight last night.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard. Yeah.
So, I don't know, big win. Last time it was 100,000 in Iowa, 100 and odd change in Iowa. So, I know it was a storm and everything, but come on, guys. You say you love Donald Trump. You would support him. Why didn't you get out there in the snow, get a little bit of frostbite, and still vote for him? You lose a toe, you lose a finger. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah. Put your life on the line.
Make it known. Make it known. So at the end of the day,
they ain't ready to do it.
They losing big time. And it's the point to where even if they came now and just told everybody the truth and what's going on and what they have going on, nobody would look their way. They would smell it around the corner and would be like, "Oh, now they're coming. Let's go. Let's go. I smell strugglers. I smell strugglers.
Yeah, struggle alert. You know what it is?
Struggle alert. Yeah. So, So he has a slight touch of dementia. Donald Trump. He has to put cushions in the front of his shoes because he leans forward. That is a sign of dementia. The other day he mixed up Nikki Haley with
Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi, yeah, and he put her in charge of the security, all sorts of stuff he was saying, and everybody was just looking at him kind of like, he's having one of those moments where he needs a reset.
The demon, right? The demon is surfacing.
Exactly. Nikki Haley. Like he couldn't. He was trying to put it together. He didn't know what he was doing. So this is what you guys need to look out for. This is what you guys need to look for, and this is what you're looking forward to. So he's gonna forget that he said he was gonna be a dictator for a day. I just want everybody to know that he's gonna forget that.
Exactly.
So enjoy your Christmas present. It's a new year. Enjoy your Christmas present. Big loss on the way. And you're a struggler. That's the only thing I can that's the only thing I can think of right now. Hey, don't struggle honey buns, man. Hey, they put weight on you. Stop it.
Yeah.
All right, MAGA, stop it. Exactly. Right. So y'all keep handling your business in these TikTok streets. I heard my bell.
Yeah.
And you keep handling the kingdom and these MAGItes the way you do. You and Nutty. I swear, hey Nutty, if you're still listening, man, I appreciate you. I really do.
All
Y'all
right.
put smiles on my face every morning. Thank you very
All
much.
right. You as
All
well.
right.
Stick to ruler, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
All right now.
Show of force this morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You see what we do over here? We cook these MAGA minds, and we cook them real good over here. They know the end is near when it comes to the MAGA demon. All right, it's just a matter of time before they have to live with the reality that Donald Trump will never be president. All right, Diva. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning.
Hey, how are you? Welcome. All right.
I woke up with a little bit of a headache, so I don't have as much energy as I usually do, but
I understand. I know these TikTok streets will do that to you. They'll drain the energy out of you, won't they?
that is one thing for sure. These people are insufferable, to say the least.
Bingo.
I was just going to say a couple things. I know that Rolo was up here early, and he was saying he was going to be on with Facts Still Matter on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
Correct.
But also joining him is going to be Bobby G. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's a former Border Patrol agent. So they're going to be teaming to answer questions on both ends, like both ends of the spectrum.
Okay. Wow.
So it's going to be a really good live. So he's going to talk about from the Border Patrol side of his experience, and then the immigration attorney is going to be talking about and answering questions from his side of the experience. So I think it's going to be an awesome live.
Okay.
So I wanted to say that as well.
Yeah.
And second, as we all know, every MAGA accusation is a confession.
Correct.
Which is why Trump is constantly saying Biden has dementia.
Oh, I like how you did that.
He has cognitive decline, and he has all of those things. It's because he's in it, and he knows it.
Yeah.
I mean, listening to him over the weekend with the word salad, I mean, I can't imagine any single MAGA that could look at that and be like, yeah, that's my strong man, like, that's my dude.
Yeah.
And he was not making any sense. He was talking about the deserts in Vietnam. I mean, like, he's mixing up all the wars. He's mixing up, I mean, the dude has lost it. And although I hate him with every fiber of my being, and I'm all about natural selection.
Every fiber.
I kind of feel sorry for him only in the way that his family and his handlers and stuff should not allow this to continue.
Elder abuse, right?
Yes.
I
Because
think it's elder abuse
cruel.
at this point.
It's cruel. And they're making him look stupid on the world stage. They're making him look stupid in the country. They're making him look unhinged, even though we already know he is. But it's getting worse every time he speaks.
DJ Kitty. Yeah. I mean, he ranted. They said 42 posts in 1 hour against E. Jean Carroll. Somebody should have grabbed the phone from this man.
Yeah.
Right?
He's literally in the middle. I mean, he got awarded, or he got penalized $5 million from the first suit for defamation.
Correct.
So the day, or leaving the courthouse, he starts talking smack about her again. So she files another case and asks for more. In the middle of that deliberation, over the weekend, I think it was Saturday, he did 42 Truth Social posts in 24 hours, or in an hour, about her.
Yeah.
So basically at this point, I think the judge just needs to give Jean Carroll a blank check. Just give her a blank check. She can fill it in when he's finally done, because this man is not going to stop.
Yep. He's not.
I don't think he can, because of his cognitive decline. I think he's so wrapped up in it, in the denial, he can't stop. Because then he'd have to acknowledge that he was wrong.
Bingo.
And he can't do that.
Tell him.
It's pitiful. It's sad. And I have to tell you, my favorite sound effect of yours is the sputtering car. Because it makes me laugh out loud every single time. I don't care how many times you play it. That sputtering car talking to MAGA, it's like, it's so spot on. I can't help it. It's awesome.
Right. It is, right? I might have to do that one of these days. I haven't reached into my bag of tricks and used that one, but I'll do that this week, hopefully. All right. When I gotta wait for the right moment. All right.
It absolutely cracks me up. But keep doing what you're doing. I'm I love your show. Hopefully you'll check out Facts Don't Matter. I think it's going to be awesome about the immigration, because there is so much misinformation and disinformation going around about immigration policies and all of that. So I think it'd be great to tune into. Not that I'm plugging him, but I kind of am, because I think it's going to be.
No, plug him. He's a good guy, and I want to make sure I support whatever he's doing, especially when it's providing factual information about things that matter to a lot of Americans. All right, so please.
Yeah. So 6 o'clock. Somebody asked what time. It's going to be 6 o'clock tomorrow night, Wednesday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. He's on the East Coast. So tune in and have a great day in the kingdom. Zeus, love ya. Talk to you later.
All right, love you. Talk to you later. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Diva. No lies detected. All righty then. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, to our next panelist, Sister Takesha. All right. Another bad Mama Jamma. How you doing, Takesha? Good morning, Takesha. Are you there? Going once. I think you're on that MAGA Wi-Fi. Perhaps, Takesha, are you there? Takesha, maybe you could come back and send another request. All right, let's bring up my good friend Tracy. Good morning, Tracy. How you doing? Maybe she'll come back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do one more. Tracy, good morning. How are you?
This morning.
I'm all right. Just tending to the affairs as usual.
Yeah, that was only my second time in Danger's Live last night, so that was absolutely insane.
Right? It's always bizarre when you're going in there and you're dealing with the MAGA demon.
I don't understand why they go in there if all they're going to do is denigrate people and say things against them and then regurgitate the same Fox News and Newsmax talking points, Sleepy Joe, and and then they throw the first arrow and then they get mad when the arrow gets thrown back at them. I don't understand that either.
Your guess is as good as mine, but I really strongly believe that they are possessed with a demon, Tracy. I really do. And that's what it is. They're soulless cowards at the end of the day. That's what it is.
Absolutely. And they'll say things like Janae went on some tangent about you being godless or something, and I'm messaging back to him like, and some people are atheists. Just because he doesn't believe in your God doesn't mean that he's not a good person. Like, what's your point? They don't have any point. It's so bizarre. I give you guys mad props for sticking in there for as long as you do, because it's like arguing with a toddler who just the only answer they keep giving is why. Why is this guy blue? Well, because blah, blah, blah. Why?
Yeah.
Because blah, 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 blah. Why? It's like, oh my gosh. It's annoying. And then you saw that the robocalls that they're AIing Biden's voice in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And they've opened up
another. Yeah. I call that Russian propaganda again. This is what Donald Trump welcomes whenever he can, whenever he gets a chance. Russia, come please help me. I'm losing really bad.
And the courts are already on top of it. They're already investigating. So that's good. I hope that they find the person that did it, because that's effed up. That's really, really bad. I don't understand. I don't understand what they thought they were going to gain. And I don't understand in today's climate how they thought they weren't going to get caught. Like,
they don't think the thought all the way through, right? It's like those who engaged in the Stop the Steal rally. They didn't see that a rally called Stop the Steal probably isn't a good place to go, right?
Well, normal people would say that.
Yeah.
I said last night to Janae, straight out to Janae and Stacey, I said, what are you guys going to do when Trump inevitably goes away, whether it's to prison and when he loses the election? What are you going to do? You're losing your whole personality.
Right.
It's crazy.
And what did they say? They're going to melt like the Wicked Witch of the West? Is that what they said they're going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
they
lovely?
Should.
Wouldn't that be lovely to watch?
Yep.
All right, I heard my bell, so thank you for letting me up.
I'm melting. Okay, you're welcome, Tracy.
I hope you have a really wonderful day.
All right, you too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Tracy. All right. Well, listen, Deb, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. All right, Deb. Good morning. Takesha, you're back. How are you doing?
Hey, Zeus.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, Lord, yo, look at that. You're looking good. Looking good. All right. Let's go.
Like my good friend Rowdy Gentleman says.
What'd he say?
So y'all went on a field trip yesterday and the dingy chicks called my friend a bee?
Yeah, they did.
Well, that must have been around the time that her husband was groping his secretary and dreading coming home to her. And she had an attitude because he keeps saying he working till 10 and the office closed at 7. So around that time, she probably was upset with her husband and she took it out on my friend. But any woman that calls another woman a bee because you lost the argument is really ridiculous. What kind of a Christian is she? Tell me, I'm shaking my head.
I'd never seen one like that in the Bible.
I've never seen a holy woman call people out their name and act so ugly. But you know, when you're ugly, that's all you can do is act ugly.
Oh.
Because from what I heard, Zeus, even butt naked standing on a corner with honey dripping off her, not even the bees would get her. I think that's what I heard. I'm not saying it, Zeus, but that's what I heard.
Okay, well, listen, you right on, because I ain't got nothing to say about that, but you're right.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It ain't me saying it, Zeus. That's just what I heard.
Woo, you said on the corner butt naked. I can't believe
butt naked with honey. With honey. No bumblebee would come near her. No bee, Zeus. She can have a sign that say giving it away.
Oh,
Lord! Pass by. I didn't say it, Zeus. Someone else said it. I'm just repeating what I heard somebody else say.
Giving it away.
Not even a warm blanket for a homeless person. They don't even want her laying on them for warm. Now they need to leave my friend alone. Don't call her no bee no more.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Please don't do that, because that upsets me.
Yeah.
You don't call a beautiful black woman out her name like that.
Absolutely not.
And you looking like that.
Oh. She don't even come on camera, Takesha. What do you think about that?
She can't. It'll shut TikTok down. We need our cameras and we need our. She don't need to show her face at all.
You're right. You're right. Save us.
When you won't show your face or not even a picture, you're ugly. Zeus, you're so ugly. The doctor slapped your mama instead of you. You just ugly.
Get that baby away from me.
Now stop calling my black queens bees, because that upsets me.
That does.
Just take the argument you lost it and calling people out their name. That ain't right.
That ain't right.
No, I'm sick of her.
I am
too. I said I wasn't gonna say nothing about her, and these ain't my words, Zeus. This is AI. I'm not even talking. This is AI talking about that woman, because you know I don't do that kind of stuff.
Right. We more saved, sanctified, and full of the Holy Spirit around.
Listen, I'm a holy woman. I wouldn't say that stuff. So just say it was AI who said it. Zeus.
Amen.
In my voice.
Amen.
Yeah. I just wanted to come on there and say that. Don't call them no bees no more, because I'm coming. Next time I'm coming over.
Like my mama said, I'm going to reach through this phone and touch somebody.
Listen. And I'm going to shut it down like Melania did Trump, the reason you around here full of pressure. Because he ain't, getting
my God.
He's forgetful. Now, you know what, Zeus? Let me say
What's that? Go ahead.
They talking about Biden, but I can see a little memory loss in Trump.
Oh, really?
I can see the confusion in Trump, because I have an aunt with dementia, and if anybody fit in the early stages of dementia, it's Donald J. Trump.
Oh, you're right. No lies detected.
I'm telling you, Zeus.
All right.
Now y'all go on and have y'all a wonderful day.
All right.
And I'm going to go on Friday eat chicken wings I found at the store this morning.
Okay, well, listen, I hope you fry some for me, all right? Because I might want to come on over there and eat some.
Listen, I'm going to send you some through the mail.
Oh, you know how we do? Send your boys do something.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, all right. I can't wait to get them.
Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Takesha. No lies. right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I'm well past my time slot. Listen, if I didn't get to you today, I promise you I'll get to you tomorrow. But I do got to get up out of here. It's been an incredible show. You know, you just never know how these lives will go. But I appreciate the fact that all of you stayed here and tuned in and made this an exciting and engaging and educational experience on this app. All right, I'm officially landing the plane. You can take off your seatbelts and begin to deboard this airplane. All right, but before we do, I want to make sure we close out the right way. First, you all deserve a round of applause to my to the subscribers. All right, Deb, I saw you subscribe. Thank you so much. To the gifters, I've seen all of them. I don't say thank you when you send them because I'm always locked into my delivery, but I see it and I appreciate it. And to the moderators, and you all do an amazing job keeping this live clean and pure. All right, I don't like it when folks defile the kingdom, especially, you know, that guy Nutty Professor gets up here and he starts to diminish my handsomeness. But you all do an excellent job keeping it alive, clean, and you deserve a round of applause. All right, for the Zeus haters, all right, for my critics and for my detractors, the naysayers, those who dwell in evil, the Russian bears as well. You know what we must do. Let's give them one last round of booze and shame. Get them out of here. You know what that means, all right? Get them out of here.
Silence! You never demon!
I guess one more time.
Struggle bubbles, struggle pancakes, struggle honey buns, struggle in the weight. Yeah. He's a struggler.
Take care, ladies and gentlemen.
Who's most handsome in the kingdom?
And I really am the most handsome in the kingdom. Y'all be safe out there in these TikTok streets. I'll be back tomorrow.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus.
Thank you.
Be playing with my move when I'm grooving like Zeus. You're thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus.
Oh, DJ, thank you.
Like Zeus.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Brian Cece. I see you. Welcome back. You always have a spot in Zeus's heart. Cece, cut it out. I got money on my mind. I can't leave it up to you. And see you live, man. See you live, April. See you live, Superwoman and Straight Axe, Dark Warrior, Heaven. All of y'all see you live. Liz, shout out, Reggie. All right, Rick. Wow, we hit the goals. Hey, positivity. Let's go. You are amazing. All right, it's hard to do, but somehow we always know how to come together. You too, April, I see you. DJ Sound, Jason, DJ Kitty Cat, let's go. Clean Flake, how's that black truck doing? Miss Morning Star, off limits, you're deranged. So am I. Yes. When I'm moving like Miss Silk, I see you. Look at Rick on. Swerve. Yay, I see all of you. All right. Apple Hughes. Let's go give them hell. You know where they're at. We're going to go in. It's going to be a show of force. Drive them right off of this app. I didn't make the game of rules, so don't play me like a fool. If you can't swim, don't be in the pool. Oh yeah.
People telling me be cool.
Geo first. This guy.
Like a goof.
This your rap suck.
Yeah, grab your goose.
Oh my God. They do. They do. That's why you are who you are. A nobody. And I'm Zeus. Ain't nobody losing no sleep over you Trump supporters. As far as I'm concerned, straight next. See ya. You're all a bunch of traitors. Treasonous.
This is how I move when I'm
conspiracy theory, believe it.
How I sound when I'm talking like Zeus.
And your days are numbered on this app. Tell him, Mr. Incognito.
When I'm moving like Zeus, don't be playing with my move when I'm moving like Zeus.
And I got the nuclear bomb. Right in. I got the nuclear bomb. Should I drop it? Here we go.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Now mine on the beat, kicking hard like Groove.
Who got the nuclear bomb? Zeus does. All right.
I can dance and box in the jungle like a kangaroo.
Let's go, Reggie! You can use the song. Let's go.
He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson.
Tap cut.
He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. It's Zeus. Jackson.
Here you go.
And Donald Trump is indicted, and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges.
All right.
And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
Should I drop the bomb? All right, I'll drop it again.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump,